Fuck. Let's load that. No. Okay, something's happening. What's happening?
Produced by Double Fine and I Am 8-Bit.
Right now, World Exclusive Surprise Reveal hosted by Jeff.
Progressive artistic.
What is the surprise? We already know it's Crash Bandicoot.
You'll see first look trailers, brand new footage, and some really interesting games you may not have heard of, but I think you're gonna like. Over an hour of content in Day of the Devs. But right now, things are getting started.
Okay.
With the reveal and first look at Crash 4. Enjoy it.
Let's go. Holy loud fucking music, Batman. Let's lower that bitch a little bit. Oh, it's fucking loud as fucking hell.
Welcome to Summer Game Fest. We've got a great show kicking off this week for you. I'm really excited to be doing a video game announcement.
Guys.
And one of the things... What is that sound outside?
I've got an extra special package for Geff. Jeff. Geo. Keg legs.
You guys know who that guy is.
Jeff Keighley, come on out.
Not this again. I'm in the middle of a live stream right now. This guy always crashing my important shows. I'm gonna see what this is like. Let me tell you.
You just drop the thing. Yo, you better
Crash,
disinfect
I really don't
that
want
shit.
The dirt that you have on Cortex.
No. This is the Crash 4 trailer.
For real?
For reals.
Do you guys
It's
remember
about
when
time.
Crash used to go to the Nintendo headquarters just to yell at them? Tell them how, like, you guys are shit. Don't we have like a Crash game on the Switch now? Oh wow, looking way different now. Wow, very interesting look. Oh, we're gonna get copyrighted like a motherfucker tonight, eh? Now, wow, it's a Robo Space Bandicoot. Okay, we got outfits. Gotta check this out again, man. Gotta go to YouTube and get the trailer. Yo, it looks pretty good. Oh, you're gonna play as this motherfucker? And you're gonna play as her? Alright. Alright, now this is the copyright. This is goodbye Twitch. Thanks to Crash Bandicoot, I'm getting fucking the ass. So the design of Crash is like an in between.
This clown anyway. 3. Really? Only 3? Funny. Seemed like more.
That's right. There's the big news. Crash for a brand new Crash game. It is coming this October. And right now I am joined by Paul from Toys for Bob to tell us about the brand new Crash game. Paul, we have been waiting for so long for something new from Crash.
So the character design seems like an in-between of what the Japanese audience like and what American audience like, right? The American audience likes the Bandicoot that is a little more like yeah and savage, right? And Japanese likes the cute side, you know. So the design looks like it's an in-between that to appeal to everyone.
We've been sitting on for a while. It's the brand new Crash 4, it's about time, and that's
it should be more than 3, right?
The fact that we've been waiting for so long, but also
no, it
it's
only
a
has
game
been 3.
That's literally about time.
Yeah, I want to get into it because the trailer is filled with so much information. I mean,
I kind of want to play it.
Neocortex.
It looks pretty cool.
But I'm curious.
Mind you, I wasn't a Crash Bandicoot guy.
You know,
right?
the remasters of Crash.
It's like I don't have an emotional attachment to this.
With a new game,
but looking at the game how he looks right now, I kind of like it.
What's going to be a worthy, follow-on? Calling
it looks pretty
Crash
good.
4. How did you guys approach this? Like, what kind of game did you want to build?
Yeah, I guess the first thing is we asked ourselves, where did we?
It's gonna be on the Switch because that's where I want it.
Game in this series.
Actually, with the graphics,
the fan reception that
I kind of want it on PC.
The Insane Trilogy. We wanted to go back.
I don't even know why you even mentioned in that game. Because I don't even care about that
calling
game.
This Crash 4 because we want to key it off of the original trilogy that was developed by Naughty Dog. And that was certainly a high point in the series, both critically and commercially.
Where did that come from anyway?
And so that's where
Crash
the
Bandicoot
events
right now, man.
Come
on now.
We're starting right at
the
end
focus.
of that when Dr. Neocortex, Entropy, and Uku Uku have been banished to this distant planet. And they finally found a way, after many
here comes the copyright again.
Attempts, they found a way to break out, and in doing so, they've torn this gigantic.
I just realized that fucking T-Rex died very gruesomely.
The fact that there's a multiverse. So it's going to be up to the Bandicoots, Crash, and Coco to restore that order by reuniting the 4 great quantum masks.
The gameplay style, I think, a lot of people were probably wondering, hey, Crash in 2020, how much of it is, the more linear, classic Crash levels, and of course now, like, people wonder, like, is it an open world Crash game? How are you doing it? Like, tell us about balancing kind of the old style of gameplay, which is certainly not broken. We love it, versus the tendency to do, new styles of gameplay. Based on the trailer, it looks like you're being kind of still faithful to the original style of Crash versus making it some big,
it looks pretty good.
World. But is that correct? Like, how did you approach the
I never played a Crash Bandicoot game, but this one looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I think what we've heard was that people have found that style of gameplay to be really refreshing to return to, and so we wanted to key off of that.
I wasn't a PlayStation guy, man. I was all about Nintendo.
Evolved over time. You're totally right. They've gone to a place where they're a little bit more open in nature, and as a consequence, the challenges and things
I was all about Nintendo, and this motherfucker goes to the Nintendo company and yells at them with a megaphone like, "Yo, eat dicks!" and like this little shit.
But when we think about classic Crash gameplay, it's dense.
I mean, the old model is all wacky and because that's what American people like. Japanese people like the whole, cutesy. You can see the changes in the box art.
I learn a level,
right?
I understand the nuance.
But this character design seems to be quite in between.
You can enter into a sort of flow state when you understand that kind of musicality.
Multiple playable characters. How are you doing that? Is it kind of like by level, or like we saw Coco and Neo playable in there? How does that work sort of in the scheme of the gameplay?
So Crash and Coco, you're going to be able to choose between them at any point in time, and they share the same moveset. Over the course of the adventure, you're going to encounter some new friends, some familiar faces, and you're right, there's going to be some new playable characters. Teasing today, Dr. Neocortex, he's got a completely different moveset from Crash and Coco. So where the Bandicoots kind of barrel through and they've got the ability to spin and slide and belly slam, Dr. Neocortex is he's a little bit more of a cerebral character.
I see. I mean,
he's a mad scientist. He's got inventions.
Look at the difference between the box actors, the Japanese box art and the American box art.
Has the ability to
there's a clear difference, right?
Hazards and enemies into platforms.
This is the Japanese one. This is the American.
Changing them into a static.
God, why do you guys like ugly shit?
Or
it's
so
ugly.
Platform that gives him access to higher.
God, he's one ugly motherfucker.
And the levels that are built specifically for his moveset is going to be a completely different flavor. It's going to be a little bit more strategic, a little bit more cerebral, and I think players are going to have to be a little bit more thoughtful about when to encounter a hazard, whether or not to change it into a platform, and what type of platform they're going to need at that point in the obstacle.
That's very interesting gameplay.
It seems ambitious that you're adding more elements to it, and then also you mentioned the masks. How do those work?
So the quantum masks, there's 4 of them in this game, and over the course of the adventure, they're scattered across the universe. You have to rescue them from the clutches of certain bosses, both. The quantum mask, 2 of them that we're talking about today, is the time mask and the gravity mask. And masks in this franchise, they've got a lot of personality. They've got their own names and their own voices and their own powers. So the time mask, her name is Kapunawa. And when Crash uses Kapunoa, he's got the ability to slow down time to a crawl. So for obstacles that are beyond, just way too fast to interface with at normal speeds, he's going to be able to slow things down and then get past those obstacles. And in addition to that, he'll be able to get past nitro crates, which have traditionally been a one-hit, one-kill type of thing. But with the power of time, he's going to be able to slow things down, trigger that explosive, and then get out just barely before that explosion obliterates everything in its path. The second mask is
that kind of deletes time.
His name is Ika Ika. So when Crash dawns on Ika Ika, he's going to be able to flip the direction of gravity and walk on the top of ceilings. Walk upside down underneath platforms to get past impossible obstacles.
I'm really excited to play this, and again, I was playing Crash back when the original PlayStation first came out. And Activision's done a great job with the remasters, but to have a totally new game, I think is what everyone.
It looks pretty fucking good. Not gonna lie, look at it.
Bringing it to life. So
it looks pretty fucking good.
And thanks for doing it even from a work from home situation. It's awesome to see, and
not gonna lie, it looks pretty good.
Play it later this year.
Thanks for having me. It's a great pleasure, and I think it's an exciting time for games. And
almost got banned.
Glad that we could reintroduce Crash, a new version and a new adventure at this time.
October.
Right, Crash 4. We've got.
All right, shit. It looks again. I haven't been a Crash Bandicoot kind of guy. I was always a Nintendo guy back in the day.
He is joining us from lockdown, and I'm really excited about this. Please give a warm welcome to Alf. Alf, how is your lockdown?
The alien?
You want to talk lockdown?
What the fuck?
Lockdown. For the past 30 years,
what the
I've spent every day hiding.
What am I watching? Are you guys? Who in the chat knows who Alf is?
Tips for summer
is my age showing? Is my age showing? You guys, do you guys even know who this motherfucker is?
From your controller every 20 minutes.
By the way, I had this toy over here. I had this motherfucker
jammed up with hair. Okay?
No, it's not a Muppet.
Tip 2. Don't charge your controller in the
He's
microwave.
An alien
bad,
that eats
bad
cats.
Idea. Learn that